Hello everyone that is watching this video. Welcome to my channel. How are you all doing? So today I am going to be sharing an illustration on how to cut this short and shirt that you just saw on the starting of this video. It's a trendy style now and it's very simple and classy style that you can use for your daily activities or occasions. In this shirt, first thing we need to do is to mark in 2.5 inches from the center of my pattern paper, like so. Then draw a straight line all the way down to the down part of this paper. This is going to serve as my button allowance. Then after that, I came down by 1 inches from the top of this paper and I made a straight line. So here we are going to mark out our neckline. Marking out our neckline, I am going to come down by 3 inches for my neck depth. So next I am going to go in by 3 inches as my neck width and 5.5 inches remaining, which is 8.5 inches as my shoulder circumference. 3 inches is for my neck width. Then I connect it to the neck depth. Then I came down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope. Then I connect to the neck width. So after marking my shoulder slope, next was I marked down my armhole from my shoulder, beginning of my shoulder slope. I marked my armhole to chest line. I divided my armhole circumference by 2 and I marked it down. Yes, like I'm doing in the video, I marked it down, and that is also my chest line. So next I marked down my shoulder to nipple circumference. Mine is 11 inches. Then I lined it down. So after that, I marked down my waist circumference, which is 16 inches. Then my hip circumference, which is 24 inches. Remember that the length of this shirt is 27 inches. So I used 27 inches as the length of this shirt. So my hip is 24. So I marked down my hip measurement, my hip circumference. So I had to write down the points for easy clarifications. So I moved back to my armhole as I lined it down, then came up by 0.5 inches in order to make a smooth curve. Yeah, I came up by 0.5 inch from that angle in order to make a smooth curve. Then I divide my armhole by 2, and what I got, I marked it down. Then from that point I came in by 3/4 inch. Then I connect to the shoulder to make a smooth curve. Then after that I divided my bust measurement by 4, and waist and hip measurement, I divided everything by 4, and I marked it down by adding extra 1 inches for sewing allowance. Then I connect everything together. Note that I am going to use my bust measurement as my chest measurement too. So this is for the front piece. After connecting my chest line to the bust line, this is for my front piece. Then I folded in the 2.5 inches for easy cutting, because I have to cut everything out now. You have to cut everything out. So here on the down part, I came up by 1.5 inches. Then I connect it to make a C curve on the down part of this shirt. So this is how it looks like. So I'm going to come down by 1 inch on the front shoulder slope, and I'm cutting it out. So I'm going to add it back later on the back piece. So for my back piece, I am going to come down by 1 inch for the shoulder line, and I'm going to line it with my mop stick because I don't have a ruler at the moment. So after lining it down, next I am going to come down by 1 inch from the shoulder line. That 1 inch is for my neck depth, my back neck depth. Then I went in by 3 inches, 8 inches, sewing a circumference. The 3 inches for the neck depth, and the remaining 5.5 inches is for the neck width, making everything 8.5 inches. So there, from there that I'm pointing is 5.5 inches, and there that I just pointed is 3 inches for the neck width. Everything is 8.5 inches, which is the 8.5 inches shoulder measurement. So I came down by 1 inches, then I connected to the neck width. Then for my armhole, I came down by I divided my armhole by 2, and I marked it down. And my nipple, shoulder to nipple measurement, which is 11, I am marking it down. It's going to be my bust measurement. Then I am going to connect it. So after connecting it, next I am going to measure my shoulder to waist measurement, which is 16 inches. I use 16 inches for mine. So I'm going to connect it as seen in the video. So after connecting my waist, next is to connect my hip measurement, which is 24 inches. So remember that there is no allowance in this pattern paper. I stopped at 24 inches, but the length of this shirt is 27 inches. So I am connecting my hip circumference measurement. Then next thing that I'm going to do is to mark my armhole line to make sure that it is straight. So after marking out my armhole line to make sure that it's very straight, next thing to do that I'm going to do is to curve my armhole line, which I am okay. So I am going to go in by 1/4 inch then I connect it to my armhole line. I need to measure the down part to make sure it is 1/2 inches. Yes, I cuffed it very well though. So after everything, I am going to put in my bust circumference divide by 4. Then I added extra and 1 inch in all of them. My waist measurement divide by 4, and my hip measurement divide by 4. Then I added extra 1 inch for my seam allowance. So I added what I got on my chest line because they are all the same, so I don't need extra measurement for my shirt because it's a free dress. If it's bustier corset, I will be needing my shirt and my chest measurement. So this is a free dress, I won't be needing my shirt measurement. So next thing I'm going to do is on the shoulder slope of this shirt that I'm about to make, I'm going to come up by 1 inch. So the 1 inch that I removed from the back piece, I am going to add it back. That I removed from the front piece, I'm going to add it back on the back piece. So watch how I'm going to do it. I marked out, I came up by 1 inch. I am going to connect it. After marking up 1 inch, I'm going to connect it. So after connecting it, I am going to cut out everything. So from the down part, I came up by 1.5 inches. So I am going to connect it to the center line. Yes, to make a C curve. Sorry. So it helps the shirt to make a C curve on your hip line. So I'm going to connect it, cut everything out like so. So this is how it looks like after cutting everything out. As you can see, the front piece and the back piece. So for the 1.5 inch and 1 inch that I removed from the front piece, you see how I added it at the back piece, and can you see that? So I am going to cut it in my fire material, in the material that I'm going to use for this project. So after cutting it out, I'm going to show you how it looks like after cutting it out. So this is how it looks like after cutting it out, and this is the back piece. So I am going to place the front piece now at the back piece, so you see how it looks like with the 1 inch that I added. So this is the back piece of this shirt, and this is the front piece, one side of the front piece, and I'm just going to show you how it looks like. So the 1 inch that I added, I'm going to draw it down to meet the 1 inch. Can you see that? So thank you guys for watching this video. So you can move over to the video I uploaded before this one to learn how to cut your basic sleeve, and also I am going to upload another video to teach you how to cut your collar for your shirt. So I am going to give these videos details on how to cut your collar, your shirt, and your basic sleeve, short sleeve. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys. God bless you. Bye. So this is the material that I'm going to use for this project, and I am about to cut it out with this pattern paper. And after cutting it out, I'm going to show it to you all, especially how I am going to join the back piece and the front piece together. So this is how it looks like after cutting everything out. So this is the back piece. As you can see, this is the back piece, and did you see how the 1 inch that I added at the back came out? So next I am going to place the front piece on the back piece, and I just want to show you how the 1 inch that I removed on the front piece is going to be joined at the back piece, and how it's going to look like. So this is me saying thank you for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share and comment on my videos. I know I am going to be improving as the day goes by. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for believing in me. For my subscribers, I thank you all. Thank you. God bless you. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment and share my posts, my videos. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Please move over to the video I uploaded before, and how to cut your basic sleeve. That is the sleeve for this shirt that I just cut, and I'm going to post my collar, how to cut a shirt collar. I am going to upload it right after this video. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.